And National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, or NOAA, losing hundreds of employees due to the Trump administration's efforts to slash the federal workforce. And upper air observations and weather data may just go missing because of it. Vanessa sat down with a fellow meteorologist to tell us more about how this can impact rural areas.
People don't realize how important NOAA is, not just for us meteorologists, but for the general public. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I think it's important to understand, National Weather Service offices are extremely critical pillars, and NOAA in general is an extremely critical pillar to how we all do weather forecasting, right? So, I think from our perspective as forecasters, it's really important that some of the cuts in weather balloons, some of the cuts in staffing, these things are going to hurt NOAA's ability to really respond to weather every single day. There may be days where they just don't have staffing to handle some of the things that we need them to handle. And I think that that's important for us to understand, because that's going to impact our forecasting, weather models in general, the app on your phone, anything that you use to get weather information will be impacted by this in some way, shape, or form over the next several months until things get sorted out.
And I know it's not just us in the big cities we have to worry about. We're also worried about in rural communities like here in Northwest Missouri and Northeast Kansas.
Yeah, and one of the interesting things is we had just recently a lapse in regional climate center funding, which may not seem like a big deal, but these climate centers hold a lot of the data that NOAA collects. That's historical data, weather data that are used by farmers, that are used by people planning water usage and things like that. So all these things are really important to local communities. And then when you get into the operational side, you've got local emergency managers. A lot of rural counties, you've got the one emergency manager who does like 10 other things. And they've got to, look to NOAA to get some guidance. And they always are able to contact their local National Weather Service office and almost always get an answer from them about questions that they have. And then when you cut the staffing, you kind of risk that relationship a little bit. They're going to try hard to always be there still, but there just may be times where they can't be. And I think it's important to understand that that's going to make the job of the emergency manager even a little bit harder too.
Lanza adds that you can reach out to your local members of Congress to protect NOAA. We have Vanessa's full interview with Lanza on this story over on KQ2.com.